And I'm live. Hey, I want to talk about a certain individual. I'm not going to mention his name, and I'll refer to him as a man. But if he is a man, I am ashamed to call myself one. But know when I say a man, it's in air quotes whenever I say it. I'm not going to bring anybody into this, but I got word today that I need to keep my mouth shut about a certain somebody. So here's the storyline for those of you that don't know. I was told by a certain guy that runs a activist group, let's put it that way, to go to this man's trial to show support for, I quote, one of our guys. I didn't go alone. I went with two other guys. I called this man on the phone, and within 4 minutes of a phone conversation, I knew this son of a bitch was a fucking lunatic, a liar, a narcissist, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call him. I knew in a 4-minute phone call something was very, very wrong and very, very bad. I then called this leader of the activist group and said, something's not right here. This doesn't add up. This guy's bad news. At this trial, the three of us that went, we weren't cops. Everybody in that damn courtroom was a law enforcement officer. They love going to trials to back up their fellow man. And we were there at the request of this guy that runs an activist group to show support for, I quote, our guy. This female deputy sheriff was being very friendly with one of the guys that was with us. And she says, wait a minute, you are here to support this man? And I said, no, he's more of a acquaintance at best, but we were told to go to this trial to listen to what was said. This female sheriff's deputy that knew me and knew of me for the shit that I've done on YouTube and Facebook against law enforcement started telling us everything about this man. And everything she said turned out to be 100% correct. Bring me in? How do I bring you in? Your name's Schaefer. Okay, I think I did it. Back on point. Everything she told us, and I knew there was something wrong about this guy. I knew it in my very soul. And she went and she kept on and telling us all this shit. And this man that went on the stand and testified laid out everything she said. There wasn't one thing she told us that turned out to be a lie or that it was untrue. Schaefer, if you went in on this, send me something that tells me, because I don't know what else buttons to push. This man's record, as far as being in the military, yes, he was in the military, but what I can't tell you is he went AWOL. And what I can't tell you is when he came back here, he wasn't convicted of a sexual crime with a minor. I can't tell you he got thrown in jail multiple times for stealing cars, one of which he gave to his brother as a gift. I can't tell you this man has multiple felonies in possession of a firearm. I can't tell you this man actually held somebody at gunpoint and lied to the police officers about who he was, and they couldn't figure out who he was, so they arrested him. Turns out he's a felon with possession of a firearm that held two innocent people at gunpoint and called the cops. What I can't tell you is this man has had multiple issues with sexual assault, and what I can't tell you is this man never submitted to a DNA test, And this man never registered as a sex offender. This man never told anybody where he worked, and where he actually worked, he lied about. And where he actually worked butted up to an elementary school. Think about that. That should raise some flags. What I can't tell you is at a political event, two guys, him and his buddy, a friend of mine that doesn't want to get involved with this shit, gave me all the information he could legally possess. This is all public knowledge about the two individuals that were there. Both of them registered sex offender, both of them possession of stolen property, and both of them with felony charges with a firearm, in the commission of a crime with a firearm. The other man was run out. But the man then questioned tonight on this video, the one that has told me to keep my mouth shut, this man was allowed to stay on because he does good work, and we all have a bad history. Now, all these men that go to these political rallies and always say, oh, I'd bust the shit out of a child molester in a heartbeat, for some reason, he gets a pass. He can't legally be within 50 feet of a firearm or 500 feet of a firearm without notifying law enforcement, which is true. That was part of one of his bond agreements. The first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, whatever. He can't legally possess a gun nor be in the presence without notifying law enforcement. This man has fucked up so many times, and they actually changed his file so that when he gets thrown in jail, it's for pleading guilty to lesser crimes so that he doesn't go back to jail as a registered sex offender. He goes in for theft or firearms violations. This man pleads down everything so that he doesn't have to go to trial and actually go to jail for what the major charge that he was arrested for. Think about that. Everything I've said can be backed up. Everything. But yet I'm somehow responsible for forging state documents. And one of my best friends will tell you, when it comes to computers, fat fucking chance of me being able to do it. Not that I couldn't, I'm just not going to learn how. I'm not going to invest the time. What I can't tell you about this man is how he manipulates videos and lies about it in court and has gotten caught doing so. What I can't tell you about this man is he uses other people's news feeds and puts his video, audio over the top of that to make it appear as if he was there. What I can't tell you about this man is he will actually lie about who he is or deny who he is on tape, which I have done. Not that I've done it myself, but I've proven this fact. When you see this man, you'll notice him a mile away. But yet, for some reason, I'm told to keep my mouth shut about this person. Why? What makes him so fucking important that we as this group that where I was supposedly in, or I was in, will look the other way, but yet I'm the fucking bad guy? What am I missing? What was the other point I wanted to bring up? The video, tampering the video. There was another major point I wanted to bring up. I can't really think about it. But what makes me so damn dangerous that I'm told to keep my mouth shut? This man wasn't on the evening news. His name wasn't plastered all over everything. And nothing I can say or do has ever been verified as false. Not one of my videos that I've ever made, somebody could prove that I forged or doctored in any way. Not one. It must be the drugs that I'm on, right? Because I'm this big drug addict that's a fucking raging lunatic, which is why I was involved with so much shit early on, which is why people know my fucking name. People I've never met before. People that have been around me must think I'm some sort of person that's important because people walk up, I know you, you're that guy. As much as I hate law enforcement, This lady sat down beside us and laid out everything. And nothing she said I could prove as false. It was so fucking bad, a cop didn't even have to lie to me. All she had to do was tell the truth. Not one of my videos has ever been proven as doctored. Not one thing that I've ever said has ever come back to being false. Nobody can prove a damn thing. Because I've never lied on video. I've never doctored my videos. I've never forged state documents. Nobody can prove I'm on drugs. If you want to, you can go to Memorial Hermann in the Woodlands, Monday night, and request my records. They did a full blood analysis on me. They had to, because they had to give me drugs for a fucking tachycardia condition. You think they would fucking give me drugs for tachycardia if I had anything illegal in my system? Or so much as a drop of alcohol? Figure that one out. But yet, the one person that has spoke out from the very beginning and warned everybody that this man, I'm trying not to cuss, was something that we had to be extremely cautious about because he's a habitual liar. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. This video of him voluntarily going to the cops and giving an interview for raping somebody, a family member. Do you mean to tell me, as much as he hates the cops, he's so narcissistic to believe that he can outmaneuver these two officers and puts it out on video? What man in their right mind would voluntarily go talk to the cops without a lawyer present? He hates cops. He'll tell everybody, don't talk to the cops. And then he walks into an interrogation room and lays out all this shit about being a Nazi hunter. How many Nazis were still alive to be hunted down? But he's a federal agent. After his conviction for a sexual crime, he was on lend to a federal agency. He was so valuable as an MP in the Army overseas that he had so much vast knowledge and resources that a federal agency needed his help in a country he was never in to hunt Nazis. And y'all fucking believe this shit. Give him a pass because he's a fucking rapist. What am I missing? But the main thing tonight, a family member of mine, well, you can't really call it a family member, forwarded me a message with image that I can't actually show you because it would be against the law, telling me to keep my mouth shut. So if anybody would like to guess who this person is and write their full name and any documentation they have about the ongoing court case, which I think now has 4 extensions on it, and due to COVID, he hasn't actually gone to trial, the best that everybody knows about. If you would like to know who this man is or think who this man is, you can play the guessing name and put his name in the bottom of this video. And I'm sure he's going to see it because they express such hatred for my channel and spend so much time nitpicking everything I say to tell me to shut up about it. I don't really know what else to say. I won't divulge the 2 people that I was with in court. It was at the Galveston County. It was because the police broke into a man's car. The cops were on trial. Come to find out, the DA dropped all charges because the videotape that they submitted was actually doctored to the state and they could prove it because the video cameras of the people that didn't know they were being recorded themselves turned out to be lied and forged, and the whole case was dismissed. Galveston County, I can't remember the date. This was about 2 years back. Might have been about 3 years back. Y'all know me with names and dates. I can't fucking remember that shit. But I was with 2 people, and the whole time I was there was a female sheriff's deputy sitting there talking to us. Not one thing, even though we both hated each other, not one thing she said was false. Not one. So I think you have to really pick who you tell to shut up, because I have been outspoken about a great many things, and you really don't go to people fighting for people's rights and tell them to be quiet. You kind of miss the mark on that. And the thing I'm scared about your people, the ones that just moved to Conroe, the ones that are here locally, you think that I'm so fucking scared that I will stop? You kind of missed your mark there too. Try and shut down my YouTube channel. I don't give a shit. I'll start it back up tomorrow with everything on a backup disk. Oh, that's right. You don't know that I already have a secondary YouTube channel with all the videos shared, just waiting to make public. Why? Because the first time you tried to shut down my YouTube channel, the people at YouTube called me and told me that I was going to have my channel shut down, and I actually played them a voice recording of a phone call with you on it talking to me, giving me permission to share your video to prove your innocence. And the moment I did it, and other people recorded it and other people shared it, now that video that's still on your website, last time I checked, because I don't really go by on your videos that often, somehow that video proving your innocence is so damning to you, you don't want it out there anymore. Should have thought about that. I can't tell you how many people have actually sent me that video in a format I can share. And you know why I don't? Because other people are already sharing it. So the more you try and shut people up, the more you try to threaten people, the more you send pictures that I can't legally share on any social media or send to somebody without asking them if they want to see it beforehand and threatening me. I'll talk. I'm not threatened. I won't say your name, but I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out the two major players involved right now. So, I love y'all. Go fuck yourself. I'm not really scared. My gun's legal. I'm legal to carry it. You know where I live. That's not a mystery anymore. Oh, that's another thing. My phone number. You were so great at hunting Nazis down, but for some reason, you can't find my phone number, my new phone number. You mean to tell me you were such a great person at hunting Nazis down and have so many contacts in the federal government, you can't seem to find my new phone number for months? That's kind of sad. I know your phone number. It's still on my phone. And I'm live. It's really pathetic. A sad, pathetic little man sitting behind a computer threatening people. And it's like, how do you step up your game? You know, the sad part about this is that you got to try and mind fuck a little old lady because you can't molest little girls anymore. I mean, everybody finds this shit funny, because where do you go from here? How do you step up your game? I'm not going to tell you what law enforcement said. Actually, it was a nice officer. I don't have anything against her. But, I mean, how fucking pathetic is that? Like a little 2-year-old run into somebody else's mom. Little Jimmy said this. I'm going to fucking kill him. Hey, it's like, where do you step up your game? You know, and it's kind of odd, you know, the homosexuality part of it. You spend hours online looking up dick pics and sending them to people. It's like somebody's really fascinated with fucking dick pics. You know how much time you devote to your life looking up dick pics online? Maybe you need to come to grips with yourself and realize who you are. I know who I am. But to send death threats to a woman, a guy's mother, I mean, when it all boils down, how fucking sad are you that this consumes your life? I clearly haven't stopped, so I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do and say whatever I want to say. But your masculinity has taken such a hit, you resort to this petty little shit. I mean, it's like, Nobody wants to be around you because you're vile little fucking mind. But you got to go to somebody's mother to try and pick a fight. How fucking sad. You got to go pick on a woman because you can't get a hold of me anymore. It's not about me. Now it's about you picking on a woman. And it's like, I guess you can't molest little girls anymore, so you just spend hours and hours looking up dick pics. But yet I'm the gay guy. I mean, it's like, where do you go from here? How many different ways have you said you were going to kill me? That you know where I live? Who gives a shit? Half of fucking Houston knows where I live. If you can't figure it out from my videos, you're a complete fucking idiot. But yet you have to resort to fucking with a little old lady, mind fucking her over to get to somebody. It's like you're never going to show up and do anything because you're a fucking coward. At least you back pedophilia and you look up dick pics all fucking day. It's like, where do you go from here? Everybody considers you a fucking joke. At first you were a nuisance. Now you're a fucking joke. It clearly hadn't worked. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm going to fucking sit there and document everything I can about your sad little man. Your man. Did you want to see his dick? Is that why you spend so many hours online looking up dick pics? But it's like, it's so fucking sad. You got to call an old woman and text an old woman death threats. I mean, can you get it up anymore? They have Viagra, penis pumps. Can you not go down and pick up a $50 hooker? I mean, is there anything else you can spend your fucking time on? But you have to send death threats to a woman about her son. How fucking pathetic is that? I mean, at the end of the day, what have you accomplished? I mean, it's fucking hilarious. Oh, I'm going to spend all night shivering in my boots, watching the door with a 12-gauge shotgun. Who fucking does that? Who cares? You've had, 3.5 years of this shit? The only one not finding it funny anymore is the cops. Oh, and, they don't mind coming out here anymore and documenting this shit. But it's like, I got a whole fucking Ziploc bag of this shit. Of police reports. But in reality, you're a sad little man that can't molest girls anymore. You sit behind your computer and look up dick pics all fucking day. And send death threats to little old ladies. You have to assume, or you have to deduct reasoning on this, how fucking pathetic you are. Has this ever worked for you before? That might be the problem. You just can't get it up anymore. Maybe pedophilia isn't your thing and you got to go to looking up dick pics. Hey, if that's your thing, do it. Be the best you can be. I'm not ashamed. And I won't stop talking about your boy. Where do you go from here? I mean, everybody considers this shit fucking hilarious. Except for the cops, of course. But today it was a nice cop. No complaints.